and everybody picks it for jungle, for roam. You can even see some other variations, but these are most common. Nolan actually being banned despite getting nerfed a lot, still playable, still dangerous, and so he gets banned. And Matilda, pretty standard, I would say as well.
Yeah, and I would say looking at this is very similar to my region actually with the way this draft is
Tiba-tiba udah
going.
masuk
Let's
draft
go open
aja
up
aku
some of the
kaget
mages
guys.
on the table. We haven't seen a single mage be banned
Aku
out
harus
yet.
ngecek
Possibly,
suaranya
like you said,
dulu.
the Aurora, maybe the Nana who's been sneaking up in the scene as a current meta could be a viable pickup. I've actually been seeing a lot of Exanas.
Aku ngira tuh mereka cuman interview gitu loh, ini orang duaan. Ternyata mereka casternya.
That could be picked up, like you mentioned the carry a little bit earlier.
Kenapa casternya bule ya? Kira menarik.
Some other things that at least we see for North America is like the Claude. Trying to go for that late game damage, but like you said, still some secret weapons on the table. Interesting enough, we've been seeing a lot of
bikin story guys.
And the Linux is quite viable now because it's easier to combo. No need to like this insane double, quadruple ultimate setups. You just straight up go in for one of them. And the Ruby being banned, which is unorthodox, I would say. The uncomfortable hero for like assassin type of heroes. When you're going in, Ruby can just easy second skill ult and they can pick you up. Though maybe
Kingan,
is going to pick an assassin.
That would be interesting to see.
Nakal dari
We're already
tadi.
see the first pick on the table though. Not something I would have expected. Is going to be the Navaria, so definitely can be a secret weapon. And it's going to have that Astro Echo, able to provide a lot of slow on the map as well.
Terus gak ada suara apa gitu, ini bener-bener cuman suara casternya doang. Oh kira minimal ada lagu gitu.
Nana or maybe that Aurora that we're looking for. Oh, there goes the Vexana that we kind of mentioned earlier, starting to make a big staple on the competitive scene.
Baru aku berlatih hero itu tadi.
Just like you said, I noticed that Vixana and kind of Whale have this similar stuff when assassins going in or like maybe fighters going in, they gonna be catched with the CC and might be burst down because a lot of damage here. So it's kind of uncomfortable to play against Vixana.
Nakal banget kucing ini, gimana ini?
And the CC is pretty standard, I would say, for the X-Plane, insanely strong.
Halo Kak, how are you? Sorry, aku baru lihat komennya.
Kinda early damage is lacking
Taruh di mana lagi
Vixana as well, so they kinda match on the mid lane now.
Yeah, and looking at a lot of mobility, I would say though.
Halo Kak, lama gak nonton live stream, sibuk kerja, wah semangat, gak apa-apa. Pekerjaan itu penting guys. Okay. Channel live-nya di mana ini aslinya? Aduh, kalian harus ke Games of the Future, ke YouTube channelnya Games of the Future. Nanti tuh ada live-nya, ada stream AB gitu. Aku ambil yang A.
They have a little bit of crowd control though. I mean, I guess the Navaria can make up for it for the slow, but I feel like they need some more group set potential as they jump into this. At least inside of RRQ HOSHI. I mean, you did mention the CC. I think that's a great option. Definitely one of the stronger heroes in the XP
Kucing, guys.
And the Vexana definitely can provide that Eternal Guardian for some good frontline presence and some also quick burst damage.
Nakal pisan ini kucing bayi.
Who do you think we're gonna get for both sides?
Oh, Claude and carry probably. It's like I don't know, but I would love to see some like
I'm so
Nathan
sorry.
or Leslie being picked.
Sampai aku lupa belum bikin story. Bentar, aku bikin story dulu guys, sabar.
Like what season 1? He's being picked here and there, but I concluded that you can pick Chu in only one case. Is when the player is like top notch with the Chu, because it's like.
Gimana caranya? Aku sampai jadi lupa cara bikin story, coba.
Which can fit pretty much any game, any meta.
Sumpah aku pengen caster Indo. Kayak mereka lebih menarik guys pembahasannya.
Starting to sneak into the scene again. That strong frontline presence, definitely running it in the jungle. Normally we see it stacked up with the support. We did see the Mathilda banned out though. It could go with the Rafaela and Angela.
Ini kucing kalau nggak dipegangin, wah.
And these are
Kabel
still
semua
all options
digigitin.
available on the table as we're now jumping into the second phase of bans. Looks like the Minotaur was banned out. Now there is no Diggy ban. At least in North America we have been seeing a rise of the Tigro sneaking up into the scene again and making a huge statement. And without the Diggy being banned out, they may be able to slot in. I mean, it would have to be last pick though, especially because that Diggy is still on the table. Unless we see one of the sides ban.
Itu banana ya? Astaga, dia pakai nickname-nya Yunjin.
I guess with the Barats is like, let's say, classic combo. We might see it here as well. Darius being banned, and the Minotaur from the other side. Minotaur is pretty reasonable ban here because it's really good and the front lane, but it's lacking mobility though. If they would
aduh, semoga RRQ bisa minimal
Minotaur here, I don't know.
Minimal
actually, it kind of fits
minimal
that
playoff
kind of
gitu.
I spoke earlier, like fat heroes meta, let's say, and if they pick Minotaur here, it would be that
Wait a
kind
minute.
of big.
Aduh, apa itu?
Yeah, especially because they're probably thinking RQ is expecting that support to come out, and they think it's going to be like you said. It could be the Estes, it could be the Rafaela, it could definitely be the Angela. And that would open up the opportunity.
Aku belum baca komen. Wah, GG nih lumayan rame. Iya, terima kasih guys. GG. Gak nemu channelnya, kasih linknya dong. Sabar.
So it looks like they're not going to go in for probably that TIG. As we are looking though, we said the marksmans are still on the table. Looks like they're going to ban.
Gimana cara?
A little bit of that suppression has been taken away.
Nih.
And the Martis, which has been a really good hero, especially in the early game in the jungle. Able to use that decimation, take those neutral objectives, and kind of hunt down those enemies with low HP. Now, marksmen still are available.
Games of the future mana ya? Iya kok nggak ada ya? Saking
Team LILGUN. You mentioned the carry. Can definitely burst down that Barats is a heavy hitter. They could provide some late game damage, but I still think RRQ HOSHI needs something
gimana sih
on the
ya?
roster for the early phase.
Tunggu.
Early phases.
Kalian harus ke channelnya sih. Karena kayaknya orang-orang pada nontonnya dari streamer gitu loh. Karena Bang Sin gituan kan pada nge-stream terus kayaknya yang terkenalnya yang streamer gitu ketimbang dari channel aslinya.
Okay, Benedetta can be early game pressure, and the Cho as well, but other ones, I don't know, kind of supporting.
Casin gamenya aja biar ada caster Indo. Aduh. Masalahnya aku nggak tahu meta sekarang. Susah nggak sih?
It is expected. I asked you the question, which was we were gonna see, and you said Carry and Claude. No doubt about it. There it is. The proof is in the pudding. It looks like the meta is blending well across all levels of the MLBB scene between all these different competitors. Now, that is a finalized roster. They are going to go in for that Fredrin. This most likely will be the Fredrin in the jungle and Benedetta in the XP lane. At least that's what I'm expecting. But hey, you never know when it comes to international scenes. You can definitely switch it up and keep you on your toes. We're still waiting for the final pick from Team LILGUN. We are going to see
lama banget ya. Okay,
support.
I was just thinking like, just grab it, just take it, and it's nice. A pretty interesting matchup is going on. Like Estes and Barats is like level 4 is unbeatable. But I don't know about Vixana. From my perspective, it's kind of not that good in this kind of draft. But we'll see. Maybe the personal skills are that high that we're picking Vixana like first 2 picks.
Yeah, and honestly, seeing the way this is gonna go, I mean, the Barats is a bully when it comes to these neutral objectives. He's not the easiest to kind of invade on, especially early for the orange and purple buff.
Tadi aku sampai jadi lupa mau lagi ngeliat apa.
Hai
Kak, halo, semangat Kak, terima kasih. Spill nama channelnya Kak, itu aku udah kasih linknya. Waktu itu pernah daftar apa Kak di MPL? Daftar. Daftar apa ya?
I mean, the later this goes, you can pick up something like a Demon Hunter Sword, maybe a Golden Staff, and be able to rush in and deal the damage necessary to take down the Barats. But maybe that's the game plan with them. Maybe it's the Benedetta. It can definitely rush in with the Electro Final Blow, whereas Barats is not the most mobile hero. But
Games of the Future, guys, nama channelnya.
This kind of plays out. There are 2 bullies in the jungle, though. We're looking at a Fredrin going up against the Barats.
Yeah, I think the Barats going to have an upper hand in this matchup because like Fredrin kind of nerfed a little bit. His ultimate is not doing that a lot of burst damage, and Estes can easily heal up everything.
Caster Inggris. Oh, audisi. Iya, aku.
Or like
ikut audisi, tapi ya sangat jelek ketimbang kontestan yang lain gitu loh. Bener-bener kayak jauh banget gitu. Karena kalau yang lain tuh mereka kayak punya pengalaman gitu. Kalau aku bener-bener buta gitu. Makanya aku udah bingung kenapa aku bisa masuk final waktu itu. Kok gini ya? Kayak bagusan MPL kita guys. Untuk ukuran prize poolnya segitu. Lagging po. Oh, BO3. Oke. Aku kira cuma BO1. This is super jelek, bro. Kenapa? Ini lagging guanya atau merekanya juga gini ya?
Yeah, gonna be looking out for that engagement. On the top side, though, we are looking at a little bit of some late game marksman, but look at the battle in the mid river already. First blood, Zara able to pick it up. That was within the first 2 minutes.
Guys, ini laggingnya dari merekanya ya, bukan dari aku.
Yeah, he kind of like went 1 versus 3 he went. It's so, and like the final blow with the petrifier on side, trying to steal the turtle, and the turtle being farmed still by the retribution on the Barat, and trying to kill, clean up the kills and show his dice as well. And the rough start for RRQ HOSHI.
Yeah, rough start, down by 1 kill, not able to take the first neutral objective. Is going to put him slightly behind 5.
Aku jadi nggak fokus karena mantap-mantap gitu loh. Oh tunggu, aku baru nyadar bukan Clay yang main ya.
Trying to out-rotate on the CC in the bot lane.
Yeah, that's what she should do. She should skip like the
mereka ini literally pakai
pressure the mid lane or the jungle. If it's not happening,
account apa sih? Kok kayak namanya bisa bukan nickname-nya mereka?
As you said, it's mobility.
Mau sejago apapun kalau yang menang masa lalunya kita bisa apa? Ya, semangat ya kak. Aneh ya, padahal hadiah gede iya itu. Apa ini pertama kali mereka ngadain, jadinya agak tidak siap. Banana ganti nick. Nah itu makanya aku bingung. Kesannya kayak pakai second account-nya dia gitu.
This is going to be dangerous because they're only going to get beefier. Those heals are only going to get stronger. And pretty much going to be unkillable until they can get Skylar on point to be able to burst him down.
Ya ampun, aku sampai nggak fokus 3 menit pertama.
It's like going just like I think it would go. RRQ HOSHI need to stop this snowball because it's going to continue when the Estes gonna have his ultimate, and he does.
Ini
and
mah custom.
Now I guess Team LILGUN going to try to take some objective, and they trying to force some fights now, and the fights is heavily in favor of Team LILGUN because RRQ HOSHI, just like you said, have no damage.
Yeah, they weren't able to take the first neutral objective, but the second one 4 seconds away from spawning in.
Itu nicknya Banana itu nick Instagramnya salah satu K-pop idol guys, kalau kalian nggak tahu. Cari aja. Nice tape. Aku tahu. Oh itu dia. Nice. Nah, aduh gitu nge-lag kampret. Aduh, pada mati sih, harusnya mati sih. Ayo atuh ih. Terus mati. Tapi gak dapet turtle gimana? Tahu nggak sih, casternya ini tuh dari Amerika. Mereka bahkan gak di tempat gitu loh.
Connection issue. My bad boy Barbie, but as we are jumping into this 4-3,
that
looks like RRQ HOSHI was able to take that turtle. So now, oh no, did they take the turtle or did they lose it?
Yeah, the super good initiation with the show is a flicker on the Estes, and the follow-up with the Benedetta on the 4 people elect a final blow. With the petrified bursting down
Ini gimana,
targets, and RRQ HOSHI winning the fight because of the 2 initiation, and he get wrecked because
bukan gue loh, serius loh, ini bukan gue.
To the side lane, trying to possibly proxy it as well. And look at the bullying from Zara on this Barats. Trying to zone out Irad from his farm.
Yeah, that's exactly what they should do. Take some objectives
now.
Tidak, the ultimate is being popped by the Estes.
Masalahnya ya, kalau RRQ kalah di sini, masih dihujat.
I mean, there is some pressure on the tower, but not enough to fall down.
Yeah, not enough to fall down. Still hanging on by about 25% HP. 2,000 gold lead for Team LILGUN right now. I mean, they're having a pretty good game. Maybe be able to take one of these turrets, but their bot side is hanging on pretty low too.
Yeah, but the counter pressure is there. Chu is going up on the bot lane on the.
Aku sampai ngecek juga ke streamer yang lain dan mereka juga mati-mati kayak gini, jadi kita bersabar aja lah ya.
Good actually. Like RRQ last fight on the turtle is super good, super good. I didn't expect that. Kinda should take Purify probably on the Estes, and this flicker might be a problem later in the game because of the super good initiations on the show.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to watch out. Without having that Purify, is gonna be easily grouped up with some CC if not careful. Bebex is gonna go ahead and take that turret on the top side. Turtle has spawned in. Both sides able to claim one, but who will be able to take this next objective? You're already seeing Team LILGUN in position to be able to hit the retribution.
Yeah, they kinda, but Chu is already.
Aduh. Kena makan dia. Aduh. Benedettanya.
With everything, every bit of damage they have, but not enough.
Aduh, masa kalah sih guys. Ya BO3 sih masih bisa dibalikin, cuman tetap aja.
Able to take this turtle in their hands. We'll get that XP boost they were looking for. Slowly starting to try and equalize this economy. They are down by about 1,000
Hai kakak, halo.
gold. But that's just telling half the story. As both these teams fight it out.
Sorry, aku lupa kameranya di sini.
5-4 already on the scoreboard.
Ini nggak ada FC-nya mereka pas main.
I wouldn't say this is really a one-sided story, but a siege for the tier 1 turret is on the way.
Mendingan ngereng gak sih daripada nontonin custom, bro? Jangan gitu. Tim aku nih.
I mean, they need to use all of the stronger parts of the Estes, which is his ultimate, to pressure all of first turrets and
mereka
second
ini kan
turrets.
Di apa? Kazan ya? Kazan tuh apa?
You kind of don't want to go
Emang
to
jelek
the
ya di sana
super late
sinyal?
game here because of Navaria and Claude and the Electro Final Blow, and I mean RRQ HOSHI in the late games seems super strong. Oh, the attempt of the taking on the blue buff here from Fredrin.
Yeah, we are going to see a turret fall for both sides, both tier 1s on opposite lanes, which means these teams are still pretty even. Honestly, even though they don't have the late game or early game damage to be able to burst down the Barats, RRQ HOSHI is still doing pretty decent on making this an even match. And if they can hold off long enough, like you mentioned, the late game is going to be a problem. They will be able to kind of take down Zara and Ethan, especially with Ethan not having a Purify. We'll be able to kind of be hit with the way the Dragon from Bruce, who's been rotating around really well with this show. You already see the showcase right there. High mobility team so far for the composition of RRQ.
Gak apa-apa. Let game let's
yeah, the RRQ HOSHI have the initiation. They have the show. They have. I mean, sometimes Benedetta can initiate even, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to initiate and make a kill, and it will eventually work. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and you've seen the Electrofine blow, possible siege for tier 1. Skylar will find one off screen though on the top side. Bebex is going to clear the bot one. An objective going to both teams so far. Lord has spawned in and aggro has been pulled.
Tapi ini mainnya berempat terus nih ya yang ini ya, perasaan dari tadi. Pasti karena ada Estes. Kok gitu, Skylar
I guess all the all turrets gonna fall if the Lord is taken here. I mean,
let's go, Irat.
3 of them, my guess.
Yeah, both teams getting ready to fight it out. Lord at about 25% HP.
Look
at Cho.
Aduh, Bruce konyak. Nice, itu dia. Aduh, ya nggak apa-apa lah. Mundur. Aduh. Lihat deh, berempat banget nggak sih? Aduh, nggak kena lagi. Benfek sana nggak sih? Skylar, nice banget.
Not able to draw a kill, and both sides will disengage.
But the Lord goes to RRQ HOSHI. Tapi gue kesel banget ngeliat bukan Lord apa itunya
ultimate on the show, but missed the smite though, and Chu kinda interrupted him, so that's kinda cool. I guess he's was trying to use the way of the dragon on the Barats to not let him retribution, but this kind of initiation was still enough.
Tapi memang
look at the positioning from Genesis.
Towernya banyak RRQ.
They did trade though, even though they RRQ HOSHI got that Lord. Team LILGUN was able to clear that tier 1 turret in the mid lane, which is I would say a fair enough trade as long as they can kind of defend this Lord.
Tapi ini mereka juga dapat kok tengah, apaan sih caster? Aku pengen caster Indo.
Invasion a little bit too overextended and Bruce getting caught in a lot of CC, may not be able to get out of there. Nines on the chase. Able to shut him down with the power of CC from the XP lane. Big Astro Echo going out. 4 members caught with actually full 5-man. Caught with that tier 2 turret top side.
Oh, itu.
May drop if they're not careful.
Sebenarnya Skylar sakit sih, tapi
RRQ HOSHI are in position they wanna be because they have this Novaria, Benedetta, and Claude, which is like super high mobility heroes who can clear the lane. So
seneng ya, bener.
Composition are like
patah-patah kakak. Ih, bukan dari aku patah-patahnya, serius deh.
Stacked up. One on top of another, and RRQ HOSHI are going to split push them, in my opinion,
mereka aja
because
loh.
of the mobility heroes, and now is the stage
Emang akunya
when
juga patah-patah.
they gonna shine.
Keinget Venus Wise kalau hero tempel-tempel. Iya makanya kayak Blacklist kan. Mungkin mereka belajar dari Blacklist.
Gold. You are looking at RRQ HOSHI leading by 1 turret as well, but still overall a pretty close game. Now at that 12-minute mark. You are seeing some of the items being populated on the screen so far. Corrosion Sight from the Claude alongside the Demon Hunter Sword and the Golden Staff. Just picked up the Windtalker. Definitely getting to that late game build needed to kind of burst down this Barats.
Yeah, surely they're gonna try to burst Barats, but I think this start of the fight when Chu just ulting the Estes or the Vixana probably is going to RRQ HOSHI going to try to start this way fight to burst down fast one target and then like kind of 5 versus 4 slowly grinding another.
And you see both teams getting ready. Lord is going to spawn in again. Last one went to RRQ HOSHI. Can Team LILGUN defend this and take this objective? If not, RRQ HOSHI may be able to start working on opening up their base and taking some of the inhibitors. As you are seeing both teams trying to pull the aggro.
Aduh itu iratnya cok.
With the set. Couple of knockups on the way. Jikando rushing in.
Oh nice. Irat, let's go. Itu dong. Itu dong. Estes. Nice. Yaudah, minimal nggak ada Estes. Harusnya mati sih. Itu dia. Brusko. Hati-hati nak. Gak apa-apa, tower aja dulu, tower.
What a fight! Chu again used Flicker and the ultimate, but this time on the carry, and the Purify worked super good for carry, but it wasn't still like not there. I guess carry is building like tanky items right now, and there is like no actual damage here because like it's not enough. She should like one-shot people, but not working out.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and see Team LILGUN now forced in their base. Both teams trying to fight it out. Will RRQ HOSHI be able to take this one? Team LILGUN trying to hold him off, trying to stop this Lord from making his way into the base. Scarlet able to take the inhibitor on the top side. One more turret to go for a possible game ender in game 1 of Group Stage A.
Yeah, it's
bisa sekali lagi.
There are chances, but this is the point when actually Team LILGUN is like can't be split pushed at the base. So maybe if they hold up for like some extra 3-4 minutes, maybe
Skylar nggak pakai Purify baru nyadar.
Damage.
Padahal sisinya banyak.
Basically, they need to start bursting down.
Mungkin dia sangat yakin dengan kemampuannya untuk kabur.
Yeah, you are gonna go ahead and see RRQ HOSHI versus Team LILGUN so far.
Tapi memang Skylar kayaknya belum ketangkep.
A lot of the items are showcasing on the board so far. Anti-heal picked up from the Navaria, trying to find a way to counter this Estes. You are looking at Cho picking up the Dominance Ice. Everybody having some anti-heal for the most part. And doing a really good job on their Dominance Ice.
Gue bundurin dikit biar nggak ngikutin live banget.
You are looking at Cho picking up the Dominance Ice. Everybody having some anti-heal for the most part. And doing a really good job on their itemization. Team LILGUN doesn't really have too many chances.
Abis ini rank gak? Ya ampun. Tapi kan aku nggak bisa ngonekin ke sini. Kabel aku kan lagi bermasalah. Ya boleh aja sih komen. Mid lane siapa? Udah lama nggak update. Dari MDL ya, dari Sena. Naik. Tapi Clay masih ada kok.
Like ult in the late stages of the fight, which you don't want to be happening every single time, because like Benedetta starts damaging people, Navaria damaging people, and only then Cloud is jumping in to like kind of finish all of them off. You don't wanna see this because it's pretty hard to defend.
Itu ngapain lagi recall di situ? Aduh. Jangan mulai. Menangin dulu please.
And we were able to see RRQ HOSHI for the most part take this with little to no problem. Able to win these 5v5 engagements, but it looks like Team LILGUN is going to try and contest this. They know everything is on the line right here.
Mereka pasti nggak akan fokus karena di atas ada Benedetta.
In order to turn this game on the backside.
Meanwhile, Sir Lord is going in. It's not like Luminous Lord, like level 3 Lord. Oh, and again, Flicker and the Veil, the dragon used on the CC. Immediately Vengeance popped out and going back to disengage.
Yeah, a little bit of a disengage. RRQ HOSHI, Team LILGUN, getting ready for this battle. 50% HP for the Lord. But on the top side, Benedetta doing a real good job of splitting these lanes. It's going to force them to push off. You are going to see the Vexana go back to clear these minions, which will open up the opportunity in terms of numbers for RRQ HOSHI. As the Lord is very low. Zara, able to take it from Team LILGUN. First Lord of the day for them, and mortality has been proc. Blades away from Skylar into Zara.
Tapi kalau bisa, tuh, Skylar, ngeri banget tuh. Mati. Aduh, gak mati, cowok gak mati. Aduh, ya ampun, itu gak mati.
Didn't went for the finish up. Wow, such a good fight, but I guess like RRQ HOSHI should went for the kills.
Stress banget gue.
And super good, like Benedetta went for like two people at the end, but didn't quite finish them off, and just safely went back because there's a Lord to death on top of that. Just look at that freeze from the Estes, completely dodging all of the damage from the Claude, make him survive of this. I wonder if Claude build anti-heal here.
Gak kena pula.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm wondering as well. As you are going to go ahead and see a possible siege for the base, the turnaround from Team LILGUN, a love set on the way, but you are going to see Astro Echo go out. They are going to disengage, not going to go in for that inhibitor turret, but now this is an even game. Anybody can take this match.
Yeah, that's Lord. They always go in for this 50-50 Lord. I don't know. Why don't just they fight on the full HP, kind of trying to get 1-2 person and then kind of bait Lord and attack the team instead of going of this like 50-50 retribution every time.
Yeah, you know, but they do have the Benedetta and like I said, they have a lot of mobility for the side of RRQ HOSHI. So they can split push. It was the right idea, but they were not able to get Zara away from that Lord. We talked about his sustainability, especially running this Barats. You're looking at him very heavy with the Guardian Helmet, the Anti-Cuirass, the Athena Shield, and the Dominant Sides to be able to protect himself. And then Estes, to keep him alive, has those additional healing effects from the Flask of Oasis to top that off. And it has been a problem. I mean, they don't really have anybody to kind of push him back. They have Irad on this Fredrin to be able to get the knockup and an Energy Eruption for a possible stun. But Zara pretty much has free range when it comes to kind of being that bully inside of these
neutral zones. Mereka mau ngincer Estes ya.
Yeah, it's
tapi itu di atas ya. Kalau bisa kedorong padahal lumayan.
The classics is like the pop train strategy versus split push strategy. Like these are the classics of the all MOBA, I guess. The pop train versus the split push.
Gimana kalau kita tipu mereka ya, supaya mereka berempat di satu sisi, terus nanti split push end. Karena kayaknya kalau team fight, maksudnya kalau war, kayak agak susah menang sih, karena ada Estes juga.
RRQ HOSHI, Team LILGUN, both of these teams need this match. This is a best of 3. And this will definitely give them a huge advantage for a possible sweep as the Luminous Lord spawns in.
Yeah, I agree with this one. And I kind of thinking that Fredrin is not fit very good in the RRQ HOSHI team composition. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think the composition is definitely interesting. I mean, I feel like it's kind of working out for both sides though. Like I said, it's not
Scalarnya susah ngedeketin musuhnya kena slow.
Iya sih. I would have expected the BUAT to have had a little bit more pressure in the early phase, but it looks like RRQ HOSHI was able to make up with their macro and their micro. With the Lord spawned in though, 50% HP, you are going to see Irad pulling the aggro, some good split pushing from Genesante though on the bot side.
Beneran dipanggilnya Genesante dong, bukan Banana.
Waiting for the opportunity to
Banana who katanya.
Maybe an actual backdoor play if Team LILGUN is not careful.
Oh, the Benedetta might go for the draw. No.
Tapi sebenarnya
just a bait. She's just waiting. And
tapi kayaknya Skylar mau backdoor nggak sih? Posisi dia udah di situ.
Because you don't want to engage 5 versus 5 like.
Tapi kalau ini sampai war mati sih. Kayaknya. Aduh, aku jadi deg-degan guys. Ya ampun, kereset.
Quick attack with the Chu and the flicker or Benedetta like the final blow.
Sabar. Kita matiin nggak sih cicinya?
Yeah, with the floor spawned in.
Curi satu nggak sih?
Salah
nggak sih? Nggak tahu sih. Tunggu. Itu dia. Minimal nggak ada retri ya. Minimal nggak ada retri. Sabar. Kalian jangan sampai mati yang lain. Kemana kamu Estes? Hah? Mana kamu di saat jungler mau membutuhkanmu? Matiin vexananya. Itu dia ya guys ya. Itu adalah sebuah proses. Banana. Banana mundur nggak sih? Wah, gila. Itu dia ya. Sebuah kesabaran guys. Harus sabar memang kalau yang kayak gitu ya. Wah. Seneng. Ayo 2-0 aja udah. Pokoknya RRQ nggak boleh kalah. Masa aku bolos latihan terus kalah RRQ? Jangan gitu. Kalah nggak sih ini lu ya? Menang. War ini bagus sih kak, tapi harus timingnya Banana pas aja. Iya, tuh sesuai dengan yang kamu udah bilang. Luar biasa ya guys.
6 to 8 minutes into the game have solid gold lead, but more importantly,
lihat, mereka tuh literally
map control,
casting dari rumah gitu loh.
Emangnya
nggak dibayarin untuk datang ke sini? Terus udah gitu tuh nggak ada lagu, nggak ada apa gitu guys. So boring bro. A little bit damage tower there. No, you need to rush. Padahal tadi semuanya udah pada balik ke base, tapi Banana sangat gagah dan berani ya untuk.
Getting that backdoor play. We were kind of watching him oftentimes just hiding in that purple buff bush and waiting for the opportunity to force somebody to split off these lords in Benedetta. And that's something I really see in NA be kind of slotted in, and it's interesting seeing as meta shifting in Indonesia.
Terus jangan bilang nanti ke game berikutnya tuh lama lagi.
That is game number 1 though for the side of RRQ HOSHI, one step closer. Like we said, this is a best of 3.
Jadi full attack speed.
And there is still a chance for Team LILGUN to turn this around, but
lah bolos. Iya, karena RRQ opening lagi. Tapi nanti kalau aku sempat aku nyusul latihan.
And I think maybe it's just from Genesante opening up these opportunities with the split push and mobility.
Step Wheezy kayak nggak ngerti ML. Siapa tahu dia caster game lain, tapi ada di ML juga nggak tahu sih. Kan suka kayak gitu kan ada.
But yeah, Team LILGUN need to play like faster pace, like more aggressive pressure with this kind of comp. And
enak banget dia ngomong harus harus apa fast pace, dipikir gampang.
They go to like 15-16 minutes into the game and with no lead they gonna lose, most likely they gonna lose.
Caster magang dong. Caster magang jahat banget. Nggak, karena kita tuh kebiasaan denger yang Indo. Dan kalau yang Inggris pun, caster Indo yang Inggris kan nggak kayak gini. Kayak Mirko gitu, Eterna itu kan kayak bagus gitu. Jadi kita ngedengerin kayak gini tuh kayak what the hell. Sering-sering restream kak. Iya aku bakal restream. Nanti MPL aku restream kok, tenang aja.
I would say though, hopefully for Team LILGUN in game 2, we see a little bit of a stronger pressure in the early phase.
Nggak usah.
It wasn't too one-sided though. I would say it was kind of even up into a couple of these lords as we are now panning over.
RRQ sabar aja.
Zara able to take that first turtle. You are seeing the second turtle on the way. The engagement. Genesante, just speaking about him, able to find forward. Blazing duet from Skylar, the other side laner. Zara taking out Genesante. Skylar providing some massive damage with the blazing duet. Battle over the third turtle. Skylar taking down Ethan. 4-3 though, like we said, not the highest kill game, and pretty even with across the board in terms of kills. We are seeing some massive CC though. Fourth turtle popping up on the scoreboard so far. Like to find
berarti kombinasi Vexana Barat tuh menyebalkan ya. Vexana Barat, STS udah dimakan. Terus kena skill 1 Vexana. Mau ngapain tuh, lihat Iki kayak mandek-mandek doang di situ. Kasihan banget.
Team LILGUN blazing direct from Skylar again.
Skylar berani banget ya. Hebat sekali memang. Ngeri banget gak sih kayak lu masuk ke antara 4 orang yang literally masih penuh gitu darahnya.
But I just was thinking about the lords. 2 of them was taken by the LILGUN, but they actually couldn't make anything.
Casternya kenapa nggak ya turnas sama Mirko aja ya kalau Inggris?
Iya
ya. Masa mereka nggak ngelihat sih? Caster yang Filipina aja masih lebih bagus tau. Aneh ya, caster Asian malah lebih bagus. Ya memang kayak enak gitu loh pembawaannya kalau mereka lebih excited gitu loh, kayak lebih apa ya, ada feelingnya. Kok ini tuh kayak datar gitu, so aku jadi ngantuk. Jadi RRQ nggak akan nanti. Nggak bisa lah. Tua. Kayaknya itu nggak sih yang apa sih? Yang bukan audisi apa sih? Yang mereka ngadain rekrutmen dari sekolah itu kayaknya yang nanti bakal jadi BA.
Yeah, but you know, I'm thinking that even if he didn't backdoor the crystal here, they still was like 5 versus 3, and they would overwhelm. RRQ HOSHI would overwhelm probably with just the regular minions, even without Lord.
Aduh, kucingku tidur lucu banget. Maaf ya, ke distract.
KDA 304, 36% damage dealt.
Tapi dengan sisi sebanyak itu Skylar nggak mati, hebat. Kalau aku tuh kayaknya dia menyerahkan diri untuk dimatiin.
Really kind of made the difference in a lot of these neutral engagement fights.
that's not a lot. It's like impossible high. Imagine like 15k gold per minute. Game would end it probably in like 5 minutes. But yeah, I would like to take a
iya GPM-nya kenapa? Per menit.
Credit on Skylar because
per menit 15.000.
You can see the Claude who's actually starting
kayaknya salah nggak sih itu salah deh nulis itu. Datar lah kan negara konflik disuruh caster. Ini orang Amerika loh. Tadi dia ngomong di awal. Si yang War Barbie ini dia tuh dari Amerika. Dia atau yang satunya ya nggak tahu lah. Tapi pokoknya mereka tuh dari Amerika gitu. Bingung nggak sih? Tapi memang bule kebanyakan datar sih. Kalau dengerin caster game lain juga kayak gitu. Nonton di mana? Itu aku di atas sudah kasih. Maksudnya aku pin ya. Langsung aku mengambil device. Aku pin. Of games of future before we progress on to the next phase. So Team LILGUN's definitely gonna have to step up their energy. Tuh, kalau kalian mau nonton langsung di stream
now, they're sitting at match point for RRQ HOSHI for a chance for a sweep.
Yeah, you know, in my opinion, for now, from analysis from game 1, I would say that draft doesn't matter at this point because RRQ HOSHI seems like to play much more faster game. They are one like class above Team LILGUN, and when this happened, draft is not that big of a deal.
Yang nanya nonton di mana itu aku sudah pin.
Hesitating with their decisions. They like not
serius, tapi tadi aku pas nyari ya.
not going all the way back, which is
Memang yang
RRQ,
keluar
they
tuh
committed to
streamer
one
semua
decision.
gitu, malah
They, like,
official
go
account-nya tuh nggak
all
keluar
in
gitu.
this decision. They not double thinking because it's too slow. They just doing and then retreating, just going in, going out, and LILGUN are like kind of, should we go? No, we shouldn't go. And this is like not gonna work. They need to switch this particular thing to match up RRQ HOSHI tempo, and then the draft
Muka yang
going
kiri
to
lucu.
matter. But at this point, RRQ can draft anything they want.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, when we were looking at Team LILGUN in the beginning for the first turtle, they were able to kind of take it, and I thought they were going to be online to
Kenapa ini lagi?
and have full control of the early game. But like you said, not being able to make a concise decision between the entire team kind of costed them on a lot of these neutral engagements. As you are seeing again, Skylar with a strong presence inside of that gold lane. But also, I want to paint some pictures into Genesante.
Mereka kan emang agak sentimen.
With the Benedetta and those rotations. Had a really good match. But we also got to look at the mid lane, right? They had the Navaria, who doesn't really often get that much credit. But when you use those Astro Echoes to slow down the entire team, it does have such a strong impact. Even though he's not getting the kills, he's racking up those assists.
Kenapa sih ngetawain yang kiri terus?
Making it easier to be able to take down.
Dia udah berusaha guys, dan kayak gitu. Minimal dia masih bisa ngejawabin si yang kanan.
Who has to kind of rush in before the team, and oftentimes you were seeing him get bursted down first inside of these Lord fights, especially with Skylar getting all that gold and getting those core items nice and early to be able to deal that massive damage output.
Istirahatnya berapa lama sih per game tuh?
And you know, the Navaria shines even more when she
iya, nggak lama kalau dari satu ke dua.
up with the initiation, and they are using this information right away, and that's how it should be played.
Yeah, definitely should be played. And like you said, a couple of things have to change for game number 2 if Team LILGUN wants to have a chance to stay in here. Number 1, have a stronger early game presence, right? Try and focus on making RRQ HOSHI uncomfortable. You see, once they find their groove, once they find their rhythm, they're very hard to stop. It started being more of a one-sided story when RRQ HOSHI was able to kind of zone out these neutral objectives. Number 2, stop the side lanes. Find a way to disrupt Skylar's synergy. Try and stop him from getting a lot of gold, especially early in the game, to deal that massive damage.
Dia literally ngasih tahu sesuatu yang sangat obvious gitu loh. Jangan sampai Skylar dapet gold yang banyak. Ya itu kan kayak semua game juga kayak gitu. Kayak maksudnya semua MM juga jangan sampai dapat gold yang banyak. Isn't it obvious, bro? Ya nggak apa-apa sih. Tapi mungkin susah juga ya karena mereka kan nggak kenal sama playernya secara gitu. Ya mungkin mereka tidak bisa membahas yang lain selain yang general gitu loh.
Not Vixana, but more like constantly damaging hero. Maybe Lunox, like I don't know, maybe. But Vixana seems like a support hero, but
gak ada iklan sponsor apa, kasihan gak bacot mulu caster.
So they should probably have something like Aurora.
Kasihan. Mereka udah terlalu kaya, nggak perlu sponsor kayaknya.
Felt like they might be able to kind of counter.
Kayaknya masa sih mereka nggak ada sponsor? Kayaknya nggak ada deh. Price pool segede gitu masa nggak ada sponsor? Kau punya teman pro player nggak? Enggak lah. Kalau punya udah diajak nonton di sini guys. Teman pro player. Temen pro player kayak gimana maksudnya ya? Temen yang jago mainnya atau literally pro player? Karena kalau temen yang jago main ada.
Yeah, and we want to see kind of how this kind of plays into game number 2, right? Like we said, this is a best of 3, so there's a possibility for that sweep out there, especially for the first series of the day. It's a bold statement from the side of RRQ HOSHI if they can pull that off, and I expect them to be even more aggressive jumping into this game. There's a lot of things that they did right there. Their early game, they lost the first neutral objective, didn't get that turtle, but they're able to make up for it from rotating around the lanes. You often see them trade a turtle or a lord for a turret. And I think that was some really good trade-offs to be able to not go for those neutral objectives that a lot of teams don't really go in for. So they're keeping Team LILGUN on their toes. The further this match goes, I can't wait to see how Team LILGUN responds. I do expect them to kind of pick it up a little bit. I wouldn't say that RRQ HOSHI just completely annihilated them or dominated them. I just think they did slightly better on the rotations for the side laners, which made the massive difference for the neutral engagement. So if we can see Team LILGUN kind of pick up their momentum, their mobility it may be a little bit of a better outcome for them as we are now jumping into game number 2.
Kenapa nanya ada kenalan e-sport atau enggak? Kita jadi nggak bisa lihat ini ya.
Up against RRQ HOSHI, currently match point and a possible
kita pindahin dulu
sedikit.
Yeah, and the
aku lupa kalian nggak bisa lihat ya.
Similar from the last games, Nolan and Arlo being closed up. Matilda straight away being banned by the RRQ HOSHI on the first ban. The mobility heroes being banned and the uncomfortable RRQ HOSHI are showed that they absolutely understand how to use the mobility on their hero to gain maximum advantage from it, and we'll see how Team LILGUN going to adapt and how their response is going to be.
I'm expecting RRQ HOSHI to ban out the Minotaur again. This is similar to the last match with the bans. In terms of RRQ HOSHI, actually the exact same for both sides. So possibly a Minotaur ban may be on the way. It's probably a comfort ban that they know Team LILGUN likes to run. So there is going to still open up some of their favorite picks. Maybe we see the Benedetta again. It definitely worked out before. It was very hard to keep up with. The Claude, if Skylar can pick that up, I think he executes well on that. And it looks like they're not going to ban it out. They do go in for the Navaria, though. We've talked about the Navaria not really being talked about that much or shown as one of those key heroes last game, but it had a heavy impact, especially with the slow that it was providing and also the massive damage output that the team would be able to input from that slow CC. So jumping into this, like we said, a couple of adjustments to the ban phase for the side of Team LILGUN.
And the Guinevere again, like it's pretty much the
Memang nggak main di stage ini, bener juga ya? Mereka nggak main di stage ya? Masa sih? Tapi bener juga, biasanya kan kalau kayak gitu harusnya kasih tunjuk aja gitu video stage-nya gitu kan minimal. Bener juga. Jangan-jangan mereka main di kamar hotel yang kayak pas MPL kapan sih yang mereka mainnya di kamar gitu. Mungkin karena itu sinyalnya. Nggak tahu juga.
But again, if they run that heavy mobility composition, Ruby has a little bit of mobility, but against the Benedetta, I'm not sure how that's going to kind of play out. But you are going to see again,
cicinya diambil.
Pickup. The CC will be slotted in for RRQ HOSHI, but this time the sustainability is going to be this Faramis.
Mereka tuh nggak salah yang nge-ban Novaria. Apa aku yang nggak merhatiin ya tadi Novaria kayak kurang bersinar atau gimana gitu? Nggak signifikan.
No, I don't think they. But I don't know. Maybe I feel like even Faramis would be so much better the last game. But they went with the
musim dingin kali.
About Ruby, it's like kind of hero.
Tapi kan kalau di dalam ruangan pasti ada penghangat.
On your side, you cannot feel her impact that good, but when you play against it, oh my god, it's like it stuns you every single time when you not want to be stunned. It's keep going with the stuns. Yeah, so annoying.
You're going to see the Lilia picked up though, so they're going to have early game damage this side for Team LILGUN. They are going to go in for the jungle nice and early. The Martis, we know he has the anti-CC in his kit. The motor coils definitely can be a problem hitting somebody with some chain CC. And he's overall just a really good jungler for the first
kemarin main yang ada Martisnya, bukan kemarin sih, beberapa hari yang lalu. Martisnya tuh teman. Tapi dia tiba-tiba loncat dari bush ke depan gue, kaget kan, terus gue flicker dong, aduh, untung posisinya menang guys, jadi minimal gak buang-buang skill banget. Tapi kayak gitu coba, aku mati dia woi. Tunggu dulu.
And the Kaja is like, I don't know. We saw this hero a lot, like you know, it reminds me the game from the Fireflies when they
bisa juga wifi saya nggak tahu lah. Berasa nonton seminar, betul. Betul. Si suaranya itu ya kayak di dalam gitu loh di belakang.
When team fight appears, it's not that effective. It's effective on the solo kills, but with the team fight, like I don't know. So I want to see how RRQ HOSHI is going to use the Kaja, because it seems like they are using heroes to their maximum potential.
Yeah, speaking of maximum potential, there goes the carry banned out. one of those more prevalent marksmen that we've been seeing this time around. In terms of meta, like the Claude is still on the table, definitely can be picked up for either side. We've seen Skylar perform really well on it. I wonder if he's going to try and get that, since they are going to have first pick this time around, being second on the and on the red side for today's draft. Now, there's still a couple of bans on the table. Looking at Team LILGUN, like I said, the Ruby can be flexed into the roam position, or it could be XP. Either way, they can decide if they want to run a support, they can, to match up, especially against the heals that the Faramis is going to provide with the Nether Realm. Or they can go in for some more additional CC. There is no Diggy banned out, and there's no Minotaur actually banned out this time around, which could be a viable option if they do want to kind of last pick that and catch RRQ HOSHI off guard.
Bebex kayak foto KTP.
Martis is super strong hero, but when he's like being attacked and he's forced to counter attack,
kenapa ini ngeblur muka saya? Nggak apa-apa lah, kalian lihat ini kan, bukan lihat muka saya juga. Hai, itu hai atau hall? Hall? Atau i huruf besar? Terus aku tuh membaca komen. Karena aku bosan banget nggak denger caster lagi baru dong guys.
They not play around. They taking notes and using them straight away.
Yeah, they are trying to limit some of the marksmen available. A couple of other ones that we do see sometimes sneaking up in there is the Irithel, the Natan can be a viable option. The Bruno.
Cloud lagi aja. Di ban
kan. Still some strong picks to be able to decide for either side. I am watching for RRQ HOSHI though, having that Kaja, that suppression. It can work, especially on the Martis, right? He's going to go in for these neutral objectives. If they can grab him right before that retribution mark, then you're going to be able to see Team LILGUN be able to, or RRQ HOSHI be able to take some of these early turtles. So that is something to watch out for. And the Kaja is a counter to Lilia, because the Lilia can use Black Shoes, be able to get all that HP back that she has lost. But if
Beatrix dong. Aku tadi udah kepikiran
right,
Beatrix gitu. Kan Skylar Beatrix.
Classic.
Terus dia beneran pilih Beatrix.
Yeah, it's
bukan the classic bang, lu kagak tahu ya dia pakai Beatrix kayak apa bang?
You know this.
Lucu kadang ngedenger si caster jadi guys.
Some hero being nerfed just a little bit. Everybody is like, it's unplayable now. We're not going to pick him anymore. You can see it's not should be not treated this way, because if it's like minor fix, it's not the reason to not stop picking this hero. And Beatrix is there, and I would love to see.
Emang Beatrix lagi nggak meta ya?
I was actually interested with the Beatrix. We don't see the Beatrix that often anymore inside of the NA side of things.
Agak mendingan caster grup B dibanding ini. Coba kita lihat ya.
The Claude, the Carry, the Natan.
Kalau HP ya.
Nanti
next match. Ini
mah
udah nanggung lah.
On the side for Team LILGUN will be the Ixia.
And the Tamus as well. And I love to see Tamus. It's one of those heroes, kind of like Lunox in my perspective, because it's every time it's good. Every meta is good. Like he's win the lane, he pressures the lane, he's good at team fights, he's good in aggression. Why not everybody picking him? He's good at X-Plane, he's good at like jungle, might be played as well. And the Lunox is kind of same stuff.
Oh,
so
tapi stream B tuh tim lain ya?
Yeah, as well. It's like wombo combo potential.
Aku kira tuh sama gitu, ternyata beda guys.
Now they are keeping things interesting for the side of RRQ HOSHI. Right before the draft finished, we did see Lancelot picked up, which means it's going to be Assassin in the jungle. I haven't actually got to see a Lancelot game in a minute.
Serius jam 11 ada Onyx.
Dance around with them dashes as we are going to be jumping into the land of Dawn. But like we said, this is a best of 3 group stage A.
Sudah biasa nggak tidur.
Possible match point for a sweep over Team LILGUN. Kind of leading the
way
for Indonesia up against Mongolia. Revving into the land of Dawn. You see it right there.
Akhirnya masuk guys, tiba-tiba ya ampun nggak ada suara, nggak ada apa. Aku sampai terkejut.
Let us know which way you think this will go. Do we see the 2-0 sweep, or do we see a turnaround to even out the scoreboard 1-1? Team LILGUN.
Nggak, 2-0. Let's go.
Yes. Typical start on the mid lane here. Farm is trying to burst down the minions and takes as much souls as possible and succeeding in this kind of things. Kaja staying on the mid lane, just showing up the enemy heroes. Is he going to work on the Tamus here? But Tamus is pushing the wave and going not going to the mid lane. He's trying to get the
beda
jungle
grup K di grup A live
typical
sebelah grup B.
You know, it's funny. This is the first time I've
Iya,
seen a
barusan
Thomas go
aku
up
cek.
against a CC. So I'm gonna be
Aku
paying
kira
very close
sama.
attention.
Kayaknya mereka menghemat waktu ya. Jangan gitulah, masa mereka udah mati lagi sih? Aduh, Rose Blood kah? Kenapa malah ditarik ya? Dia low masalahnya. Aduh.
Team LILGUN, a possible secret weapon with the Martis pickup. We talked about how much potential he provides.
RRQ kenapa ya early-nya selalu kayak begini?
Before the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, this is exactly how you should use
Aduh.
Martis. You should use his
lo sorry. Lupa dipindahin guys. Lancelot lepas loh, aku gak nyadar loh bahkan.
On the
Saking
lane pressures, and that's
tidak
exactly what Team LILGUN is doing.
excitednya casternya, aku sampai gak ngeh.
Yeah, this is definitely a different story that we've seen in game number 1. I mean, some early aggression is going to work in their favor. With Martis picking up 2 kills, he's definitely going to be ahead of
harus menang gak sih RRQ udah lepas Lancelot ini? Iya, sorry. Lupa, tadi habis.
Yeah, but it's like too early to judge, like, you know, but it's a good start to like 1.5k gold lead already and working on that.
Aduh. Kenapa Brusko sendiri ya di sana?
Being punished for his curiosity.
Yeah, and curiosity killed the cat. And Zara killed 3 cats so far. 3-0.
This time killed the bird. Curiosity killed the bird.
That is true, because they do have that Kaja. And speaking of the bird, Kaja, Bruce, that's 2 deaths that he's had so far. Definitely need to play a little bit more passive, especially being the roamer. He's kind of opening up the opportunity for Team LILGUN to have a massive advantage in the early phase.
Yeah, but this Lancelot is still dangerous, even though he's kind of in a disadvantage here, level 5 against almost level 7. And but still trying to fight for it, and this.
Aduh, Irat.
Now he's going to pay for this, like trying to steal. I mean, trying to not give the steal of this Ursa to the Martis, but being punished for that. Team LILGUN seems like they reloaded.
Yeah, and you're gonna see Bruce off screen. He's gonna catch Baybex. That's gonna be the first kill for RRQ HOSHI. Irad finding his first death of the game. That is going to go over to Ethan on the Ruby. 4-1 lead, 3-kill lead for the side of Team LILGUN, and now up by 2,000 gold. Some of those items popping up on the board as well, as you are seeing the Hunter Strike side be picked up from the Martis for that additional pin and mobility, already being such an early aggressive jungler.
But look on the farm table. The Beatrix is dominating actually Ixia with that quite good gold lead at this point, and there's going to be a deciding factor of the fight when Beatrix is going to join the fight and maybe burst somebody.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see Baybex did pick up that corrosion scythe, so it'll be a little bit slow alongside the Thomas. On top of that, looks like Skylar is going for that Blade of Despair. I mean, I did see a Legion sword over there, so that may be possibly what he's trying to build up.
Martis auto win gak sih janji itu?
To be able to pull off, but once he gets
Sensi amat sih sama RRQ.
Damage. Next turtle has been spawned in though.
Jangan,
And it
belum
looks
tentu,
like
belum tentu.
Zara is going to go
Masih
for it.
bisa.
He's able to take the last one and get a kill on top of it. And it looks like RRQ HOSHI won't
Terus
be able to
optimis.
contest.
Ya seandainya kalah masih ada 1 game lagi sih. Cuman kan lebih baik 2-0. Cuman ya Hirata kayak nggak bisa main dari tadi ya. Dia kayak di ini terus, di pressure terus guys. Bebex, halo, lagi apa nak? Balik! Balik!
Slowly farmed down, and now the RRQ HOSHI are trying to come back using this disadvantage.
Si Bebex ini udah mati 2 kali loh.
Yeah, Ixia, I mean,
Hanya dia yang udah mati loh. Umumnya kan biasanya kayak MM yang dijaga. Kesian gue.
Kind of struggling to find the rhythm so far. You're gonna go ahead and see on the bot side though, Ruby gonna go and clear those minions.
Aduh,
so far,
di Japan.
LILGUN off to a great start in the early phase. RRQ HOSHI.
Irat harus dikasih makan dulu.
This may be an even series if they're not careful. They are sitting at match
Aduh,
point.
Itu nariknya kemana, Cok? Kenapa bisa belok gitu?
You're gonna see them still battling it out.
Aduh, Skylar lagi yang kena.
Thornrow's going down. The dash in, but no Phantom execution to take down Ethan.
LILGUN ini dari mana sih guys?
So good, just like Chola
jago?
game, he's kinda vengeance, having his vengeance on this one. But prioritizing the most important target, which is Beatrix, ulting plus flicker and immediately follow up with
Gemes banget gue ngeliatnya,
this
Cok.
is
Udahlah.
bad news for RRQ Hoshi might be.
Zara able to take down Bruce, almost able to get another. The Nether Realm has a saving grace, keeping Genesante alive right there. But you're looking at Zara with a really good start. 4-0-2 on the marks.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see on the Martis. And
ada Ethan.
As you mentioned, Ixia need to start to play with the gold, and she needs to farm a lot because it's the only side of the team guns is not matching with the other one. Is the Ixia need to start farming? Otherwise,
Skylar,
this
be careful, nak. Be careful.
Not gonna be there for a long time because.
Apakah harus late game lagi? Kita harus bersabar lagi. Aduh. Lancelotnya.
4,000 gold lead so far for the side of Team LILGUN, and that's increasing the further we go inside of this game. RRQ Hoshi need to find a way to pump the brakes on their momentum right now. As you already see Zara take the next turtle with little to no contest, giving them a massive XP boost right now, which means when it comes to these team fights, you're going to see Team LILGUN just do a little bit better, especially with Zara, with how much he already has on his plate, sitting at 5,700 gold, highest gold in this game for their jungler. Beatrix right behind him at 53 though, definitely ahead of the Ixia, who's having a little bit of a harder time getting on the battle, the invasion over the purple buff. Zara going in for it. Irad not going to be able to, no, he looks like he was able to get it with his,
aduh gimana ini? Udah adu-aduan lagi.
Yeah, the Beatrix is pushing the wave and immediately TPing back. This is like
late game
exactly what
Martis susah.
Ya
udah deh, kita relain aja satu game.
Not power.
Kalau aku siapa? Udah Suren.
No position of power here from RRQ Hoshi, but if they
Mongolia emang jago. Oh, Mongol.
For like 6-7
kemarin ada nggak sih waktu M5?
I mean,
aku nggak inget.
Not 6-7 minutes. I mean, basically it's 1-5. If Team LILGUN lose 1-5, they might come back here.
Awas Skylar. Aduh. Aduh ya lah. Ini tidak baik ya guys ya. Aku nggak ngerti sih ini mau comeback kayak gimana.
That's exactly what they are doing in terms of like aggressive defense. Like, you know, they Team LILGUN killing RRQ Hoshi people, but the Lancelot trying to even that out and like split push, defend, don't let them get the objectives because of that kills, and yeah, that's the right thing to do, to kind of drag the game a little bit, hold it for more minutes.
Yeah, and right now, RRQ Hoshi trying to hold off Team LILGUN from claiming even more real estate on today's match. Off to a great start with a 6-kill lead and also up by 5,000 gold as this Lord spawns in. So far, we haven't been able to see Team RRQ Hoshi be able to take any of these neutral objectives. Team LILGUN just getting everything they came for, not asking any questions, and just handling their business at every stage of the early game. Can we see RRQ Hoshi turn this around? Judgment goes out. Skylar gets the kill, takes down Forbid. We just talked about this. The Kaja being the counter for the Lilia.
Oh, and the Lord is being contested probably. Lancelot is kind of far away, and the second kill with the retribution goes steal the Lord. It was so like, I can saw it from the far away. Like,
aduh, Brusco.
Like, oh!
Satu lagi Skylar. Ante Jebel. Aduh.
Just took it.
Skylar though on the chase, he wants
kejar.
You are gonna see Isaac.
Kesel banget gua ngeliatnya, Cok.
A little bit of overextension.
Aduh.
Won't be able to get killed, but able to shut down Zara. Phantom execution in. For Rose connecting Bebex. 15% HP will make his way back into the tier 2 turret.
Udah Irat balik lah Rat. Aduh, kenapa sih? Gak usah dipaksain. Oh, itu the Lord ya, gue kira itu tower, astaga itu Lord. Sorry. Kejar.
May not be able to get out of there. You're going to see Irad going in, trying to get the kill. Not able to close the distance on Aizen as he makes his way back to the base, and down goes the Lord.
Nah, Ethan was a little bit hesitating with his ultimate because he catched Lancelot with his second skill and he should ult immediately afterwards, but he ulted like a little bit longer, so it opens up a window for the Lancelot to dodge with the second skill, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, you see, he was definitely on the chase. It was funny watching Skylar trying to chase down a kill, getting punished over there by Aizen, and then the same thing with Irad trying to find Aizen on his way out. Neither side
berani-beraninya ngeser ngetawain Skylar. Emang lu bisa kayak gitu? Kok gue jadi kesel ya?
Now leading the way in terms of turrets, and the gold has almost equalized for both sides. Team LILGUN up by 1,000, but in terms of map control,
apa ya, kalau kayak Indo tuh kayak nggak mungkin gitu loh ngomong kayak gitu.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with this one. I'm just wondering why Team LILGUN keep doing the same mistake. Like, they not focusing the heroes. They like going for these like 50-50 wards. I don't know.
Matiin aja, udahlah, lumayan lah dapat kill. Kalau dapat kill tuh dapat gold nggak sih guys?
Ethan left by himself to pick up the pieces, and they may go in to take this turret. Ethan not really in a position to contest, and it looks like Skylar is going to seize this opportunity. Skylar already 2,000 gold ahead of Bebex.
Yeah, and the double ultimate on the Beatrix just to follow up Kaja's ultimate Divine Judgment, and like so synchronized, like
udah mulai sakit nih
as soon as
lensnya.
Kaja ult, there's like grenades are flying in and the pistols are
maksudnya tadi Beatrix bareng Novaria ya, biar bisa
super fast kill, no vengeance for
combo
Thanos because it's impossible to use while being ulted with Kaja or Franco. And yeah, taking the full advantage out of that.
You are looking at the highest kills in the game so far. Going over to Zara, had a really good start on that Martis. Now sitting 6, 1, and 3 for the side of Team LILGUN. But on RRQ HOSHI, even though they're not high on kills, their synergy is definitely coming alive as we are now officially in the mid game. They don't have the high mobility that we saw in game 1, especially with that Benedetta rotating around and keeping Team LILGUN on their toes, but they're making up for it with their IQ. Conceal play has been called out though on the side of Team LILGUN. Trying to catch Genocide, but he puts on the slide away. Over there by Ruby with the CC and massive damage going out. Water coils from Zara trying to get a decimation off. Phantom execution in.
2, oke, nice, Irat, let's go. 2, 3, nice, itu dia. 4, mati kalian, mampus kalian. Wah, Irat, let's go. Wah, gak mati lagi ya cicinya ya? Oh, kira mati loh. Udah gak sih? Wah, gila Irat, cok. Dikejar ke belakang. Kenapa? Dia sampai masuk ke dalam situ. Padahal gak usah gak sih? Udah aja biarin satu lah. Gila bisa. Ketar-ketir sih kalau gue jadi Lilia. Dikejar 5 orang. Tower gak sih? Aduh, udah ada yang bangun lagi. Gak apa-apa, itu aja, Lord. Makanya jangan ngetawain caster. Gue mute juga lu lama-lama caster kayak gak guna. Tadi mereka tuh kayak mempertanyakan Skylar dan Irat gitu loh. Ngapain gitu mereka ngejer tadi yang tadi itu. Terus kan Skylarnya malah mati gitu. Terus kayak, ya kalau dia ngerasa dia bisa, mungkin ya udah. Kan lo nggak tahu apa yang dipikirin player. Maaf ya, aku agak
for Team LILGUN is they're currently sitting 0-1. If RRQ HOSHI closes this game out with this Luminous Lord, it will be a 2-0 sweep, and they will have a big advantage for Group Stage A.
Yeah, Iradis definitely want to like give them taste of their own medicine because of the early game. Like every time is invading his buffs, every time like harassing him in the jungle.
Tapi kayaknya si LILGUN ini agak kurang di ini nggak sih? Ngejagain towernya. Kayak perasaan mereka tuh towernya selalu lebih dikit gitu loh, walaupun killnya lebih banyak.
Viva RRQ as they are alive right now and doing well. 10-10 on the scoreboard, but down goes the Lord. Some great defense from Team LILGUN, but now stripped down to only the base crystal and no inhibitors.
Yeah, RRQ HOSHI being able to defend all of the attacks of the Team LILGUN. Only 3 towers are down.
Itu semua di situ lihat ngeri banget.
Like most important tower is still up, and RRQ HOSHI maintain their composure and.
Please RRQ sabar.
Not be.
Maksudnya.
Not nervous in under the immense pressure Team LILGUN putting on them, and gathering their thoughts for this like final counter attack, and they. Did it quite good. Just like
terus kayak cicinya tuh santai banget.
Some items, I guess.
Apa nggak clear aja dulu guys.
They have all the lanes synced. It looks like they're gonna go in for the close. They don't have the Lord, but no worries. We have the mid.
Oh aduh, ketarik semua ke tengah. Aduh. Cok balik cok. Waduh, ketarik semua. Aduh, Irat. Udah mundur. Aduh, Ruby sih. Aduh, nggak boleh ngomong kasar. Ruby kampret. Aduh, Ruby. Ini tidak baik ya guys ya.
Damage every single target for like 20-30%, maybe even lower, but they should like they was damaging everyone instead of like trying to focus priorities. They thought they can kill.
Sabar.
Damage wasn't there in when you put it like that on the every single person you can see around you. And yeah, now they going to defend, and the Team LILGUN has a small window to actually come back and maybe potentially 5 versus 4.
Ngeri gitu ngeliat dia tuh. Tahu sih pasti bisa kabur. Cuma masnya gimana?
For the Lord, and it's going to be 5-5 on the Lord.
Waduh mati. Oh enggak. Winter ya? Oh balik. Aduh Cici.
With the decimation, one member falling for RRQ HOSHI, and now you've seen some heavy focus in the mid lane. Luminous Lord spawned in, and Team LILGUN with the advantage of numbers.
Aduh, atas bisa nggak ya?
Good, you know,
ambil Lord, nggak usah ambil Lordnya, atas aja langsung gitu. Aduh, aku ngeri guys.
And the ult didn't proc on him with the immunity effect. It might be enough to survive or the counter attack, and the ultimate Divine Judgment goes into Martis and trying to follow up on Beatrix with the damage, but it's not enough. And now Martis is gonna keep working on the Lord. I don't know it's a good idea or not, but Phantom Execution going in trying to get the
mati duluan.
But not gonna happen because of that Ruby with the spoke on the drop against Assassins is so good.
Ya udah nggak mungkin. Wah, itu bisa mati nggak sih bebeknya? Bebeknya bisa mati. Nice. Aduh, tapi sekali lagi juga mati. Buat apa? Ambil. Dia udah ulti. Aduh, mati dong. Gila. Matiin semua nggak sih? Terus end. Matiin semua terus end. Nggak bisa. End. Udah end gak sih? End. Nggak akan bisa. Nggak bisa. Asal jangan ketarik lagi aja. End gak sih? Cepetan. Aduh, nggak ada scaler sih kalau end. Oke. Oh my god. Gitu dia.
Out from Indonesia, taking down Team LILGUN from Mongolia.
Sakit banget perut gue, woy.
2024.
Gila lo ya.
Yeah, congratulations RRQ is 2-0 Team LILGUN.
Kenapa mereka sangat tidak excited sih?
RRQ are so good, like you know, the LILGUN, it seems like from my perspective.
Oh my god, 2-0 guys.
They kind of pressure RRQ, but
keren.
I guess when they practice,
itu tadi
saw this kind of
ngeri banget sih aku tadi pas lihat Iratnya mati terus kayak oh my god udah nggak mungkin dapat Lord. Ternyata berhasil take down.
A little bit more risk.
Hebat.
Maybe in, maybe kill, and then.
Aduh, dia sampai bangun, dia sampai terkejut gara-gara aku teriak. Maaf ya kucing. Wah. Nonton Homeboysnya enggak, aku cuma nonton Indo doang. Enggak terlalu tertarik kalau yang luar. Gimana dong? Maaf ya.
When your team just have like stronger ultimates, stronger heroes, and this is like the advantage,
keren.
gold advantage.
Nanti aku uploadnya maleman ya, tapi ya ini
tempo in-game
ngeditnya
tempo heroes
maksudnya.
advantage, and they kind of not using it for full potential, but
hebat
it might be
untung aja mereka tuh tidak gampang ketar-ketir mentalnya ya, mentalnya udah mental kuat.
To this kind of good defense and don't know how to crack it.
Aku gak ngerti sih mereka kayak gitu, apakah mereka gak mau menunjukkan kayak strategi mereka, makanya jadi kayak mainnya tuh seadanya, atau memang cuman segitu kebiasaan. Tapi kalau kayak gitu udah pasti gak mungkin menang sih lawan Filipina, aku rasa. Kayak susah. Kita doakan dulu mereka masuk playoff, oke? Homeboys ada Udil, tapi aku nggak ini. Kayak aku cuma pengen nonton tim Indo gitu.
And whoever goes out with the best win-loss ratio will be able to move forward the top 3 teams. One will
Kayaknya segitu saja. Kalian mau lihat ininya, reviewnya. Lama nggak sih tapi mereka?
Looking strong, yeah.
Ya udah, nggak apa-apa.
And you know the difference from my perspective again.
Siapa tahu kalian mau lihat.
The understanding of the importance of the regular minions, just regular minions, like you know when Team LILGUN like kind of forcing the fight, you can see Beatrix or Lancelot.
Tapi aku nggak tahan sama casternya, gimana dong?
On the like opposite lane, so Team LILGUN get the kills.
Kalian lihat reviewnya dari itu aja ya, dari live aslinya. Aku mau menyusul latihan guys, masih sempat, mereka baru mulai 15 menit. Tuh, gimana cara matiin ini?
And RRQ HOSHI understand this concept, and the Team LILGUN kind of not. Maybe they do, maybe they understand, but the tempo of the game is so high, so it seems like it's not prioritizing.
Kenapa aku tutup ini?
They just prioritizing kills.
Banyak basa-basi caster. Iya nih.
Just like in this moment, look.
Basa-basinya teh basi lagi. Gak boleh gitu ya, gak boleh gitu.
To the mid lane just to clear up and don't let
udah guys.
Their mid to
aku end ya,
so
karena aku mau
in terms of macro gaming
melaksanakan kewajibanku. Nanti aku upload malam. Terus nih yang anime juga aku belum upload. Jujutsu, sabar ya. Malaman, udahlah pokoknya malam ini aku upload semuanya. Thank you yang udah nonton. Nanti kita nonton lagi ya. Onik kapan? Ya itulah. Nanti aku coba nonton deh Onik.
They're able to hold on to their entire mid lane for the side of RRQ HOSHI, and I think that's what kind of kept them in there, alongside rotating around like you mentioned and taking some of these